Hi, today we are going to be talking about dilations. And a dilation is a transformation that produces an image that is the same shape but a different size. So it keeps its shape, but it can shrink to a smaller size or it can expand it to a larger size. So we've talked about three other transformations. Remember, we did reflections, translations, and rotations. In those transformations, the size and shape did not change, just the placement. Remember, it flipped, or it slid, or it turned. Now, this one's different because the size and the shape the size is going to change, whereas the other ones, the size did not change. Okay, and then something else you need to know when we're talking about dilations is the scale factor, and that's how much larger or smaller the image will be. Okay, so we're going to have to sketch our graph. So we're going to draw a nice big graph. And we're going to plot the points. -1, +2, -2, sorry, -1. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. -1, 2, and then -1, -1. And then the third point is at 2, 1. This is the image that we're going to start with. This point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. And they want us to perform a dilation of 2 about the origin. So the first thing you want to do is label the center. So the center for your dilation. So they'll give it to you. And for most of the problems we're going to be doing, it's going to be the origin. Just want to label the center. Then you're going to count the amount of boxes from the center to each point. Then you're going to multiply by the scale factor. And plot new point. Okay, so it's wordy, but it's pretty simple. So we are dilating it by 2. So keep that in mind, and then we're going to count the number of boxes from the center to each point. So let's go in alphabetical order. So point A. So starting from the center, to get to point A, we go to the left 1, and then we go up 2. We need to multiply both of those values by 2. So instead of going over 1, I'm going to go over 2, because 1 times 2 is 2. And then instead of going up 2, I'm going to multiply it by 2, which is 4, which means I need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember, when we do transformations, we mark it with the little prime symbol, a little apostrophe after the letter. So we know that that's the transformed point. And then we're going to do that same thing for point B and point C. So point B, again, you need to start at the center. And then we are going to go over 1, which means we now need to multiply that by 2, because that's our scale factor. So 1 times 2 means I need to go over 2. And then I went down 1, so I need to multiply that by my scale factor of 2, which means I need to go down 1, 2. And there's B prime. And then point C, I go to the right 1, 2, which means I need to multiply that by 2. So that's 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So I go to 4. And then I go up 1. So if I multiply 1 by 2, that means I need to go up 1, 2. And there is C prime. We connect the dots. And there is our dilated image. So these are actually similar. And that's what the rest of the unit we are going to be discussing. So let's look at your worksheet, your dilation assignment in your workbook. So you're going to graph the first image, and then you are going to dilate it following the directions given. And for all of these, the origin is at its center, is at 0, 0. So first, we're going to want to plot the points that they gave us. So negative 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's X. And then negative 1, 2. 2, that is Y, and then Z is 2, 1. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. And then we already know that the origin is at the center, and our scale factor is 2. So we're going to be doubling everything from the origin. So here we went up 1, we'll start with X, up 1, and to the left 3. So we're going to need to double that. So instead of going up 1, I'm going to go up 2. Instead of going left 3, I'm going to go left 6, because that's doubling 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is X prime. That's been transformed. And then Y, we go up 1, 2, and we go over 1. So we're going to multiply both of those by 2, which means we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of going over 1, we need to go over 1, 2. And that's Y prime. And for Z, we go up 1 and we go to the right 2. So it means we're going to go up 2, and instead of going to the right 2, we're going to go to the right 4, because we're doubling that. 1, 2, 3, 4. there is our dilated triangle. Okay, let's do one more. First, we'll plot the points. So we have a -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -2, that's A, and then B is 2, -2, 1, 2, -2, and then C is 6, -12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. C and D is at -2, -12. Okay, so now that we have that, we will mark our center. And you'll notice that our scale factor is half. So we are going to have to cut in half all of the distances. So for example, A, to get to A from our center, we had to go down 2. So now instead of going down 2, we're going to go half of that, which would be to go down 1. And then we had to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do half of that as well, which means we'd only go down 1 and to the left 3. And that would be A prime. And then to get to B from our center, we went down 2 and right 2. So we're going to cut those in half. So we're going to go down 1 and we're going to go right 1. And that's B prime. For C, we went down 12, since we're at -12, and we went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now instead of going down 12, we're going to go down half of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And instead of going to the right 6, we have to cut that in half, which means we only go to the right 3. And that's C prime. And for D, we go down 12 and we go to the left 2. So we're going to go down half of that, which would be 6. And instead of going to the left 2, we're going to go half of that, which is 1. And that is D prime. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and complete your assignment.